Hello! We're here! We're back! What year is it?
It's next year, Heather.
It is. It's 2025. Happy New Year, chat and YouTube. And I mean, there's been a couple of Twitch streams since 2025 started.
But Happy New Year to you anyway.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you anyway. That's right, Doug. I like that attitude. But welcome to the first
Happy New
Q&A,
Year,
just
Chaplain.
chatting
Happy New
stream
Year.
of 2025. I know it's been a whole year. Ha ha, I had to be the person who said that. So
See you next year, derpy derp.
you're original. No one's ever said that ever before.
Yep.
So let's go over the rules because it has been a little while. So let's go over the rules so that we can get started with these questions. First and foremost, we give priority to bit messages and super chats since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time for highlighted messages on Twitch or just regular chat questions on YouTube, but we cannot guarantee that we are going to get to those. On the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We get quite inundated with a lot of questions, and so it's just a way for us to be able to prioritize, because I swear we do want to get to those non-paid questions. So it's just a way for us to kind of filter through some of those. If we have time at the end of stream, we'll go back and read some of the questions that were under $5. But just know that we prioritize the $5 and over first. Please not repeat yourself over and over in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do that. You don't need to repeat a bit message or a super chat, even if it becomes unpinned from the top of the YouTube chat. It's fine. I have a list. It is very rare that we actually miss questions. Just have some patience because sometimes we can get up to an hour behind. So just have some patience. We will get to it. No need to repeat. Watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster we have to read it, the more likely it is that we're going to lose the point. So short and to the point is better. That also applies to parts. If you absolutely must break up your message into multiple parts, please keep it to 3. Absolute maximum. Again, we just tend to lose the point and we don't have time to figure out what you're saying in message 7 and how it related to message 2. So 3 absolute max for that. No spoilers, please. I know this is ridiculous, but I haven't seen Sonic 3 yet, okay? Keep your mouth shut.
I mean, there's not. It's really just the after credit sequence. That's the only thing to like really spoil.
All right.
But it's good. I don't want to get the wrong impression. It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. Still, point is, no spoilers for movies, TV shows, whatever. Just don't be that person, okay? No one wants to be that person. Other than that, I think I got everything.
I think we got it.
We got it all.
No swearing for me.
Yes, no swearing, Doug. Also, at some point during the stream, so you'll just have to stick around because I'm not going to tell you when. Sorry, that was the most obnoxious thing I've ever done in my life.
That's saying something. I kid.
We are going to be doing a poll for the next game that Doug is going to be playing on Friday. We already have the choices pre-selected, so you don't need to give suggestions. We already have the choices pre-selected, but we will run a poll on both YouTube and Twitch because I know how to run polls on Twitch now.
I forgot to ask about that if we were going to do both, so that's nice. That's really cool.
It is both now. So we'll run a poll and get the answers for that. Cool, great, awesome. Let's get started then.
Let's do it.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think the MCU would have been like if they had the rights to all of the characters from the very beginning?
Well, Spider-Man would be different, definitely.
That's for sure.
They wouldn't go backwards with that. They probably incorporate X-Men more into it. I think that's the biggie. Fantastic Four, I don't know if they would wait till now to do Fantastic Four, but I think they would have. I don't think they'd be, sort of out the window with it. I like if they were going to do it in. I could see Phase 2. I don't know if they would do it in Phase 1 or if it is Phase 1, it'd be at the end because they want their Avengers movie. It's like Fantastic Four is already their own team, so I feel like Phase 2 would be that. That's just my guess. We don't know for sure.
excuse me, Majestic Demon, thank you for the 500 bits. Hello, Mr. Drap? Doug Rap? Trug? I don't know, take your pick. Anyway, how are you? Oh, and hi, Heather.
Good. I saw someone get burned. For whatever reason I didn't emphasize that in the review. Maybe because I saw people already do it, so it's just like, all right. There's too many other things to laugh at. But yeah, I should put more focus on that. I'm doing good.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What was your favorite Jim Carrey moment in Sonic 3? For me, it was definitely the inchworm scene.
Again, I don't want to give it away, but the way one of them exits, I'll say that, really made me laugh hard. It's one of those scenes where it's like, even after I saw it, people laugh, they laughed really hard, and then they're on to the next joke, and I'm just like, no, I'm still on that joke. I'm like biting my fist, trying not to laugh more because it was just making me laugh so hard.
JL, thank you for that 9-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. What shows did you watch during the break?
What did I watch? So I tried to watch a lot of movies. That was the big thing. And I actually have tomorrow, I think it should be going up. I have a sort of a catch up of movies and shows I watched. I did watch Creature Commandos. I watched a movie not too many people heard of, but I really wanted to see, called Chimes at Midnight. It's an Orson Welles film I always wanted to check out. 1917. Everyone finally they've been telling me to see 1917. It was great. They're all right. It was very, very well done. I really enjoyed it. What's in my one? Most of these are movies you don't even know of, or maybe you do. The 7% Solution, which is a Sherlock Holmes movie, I always wanted to check out. It's like all these films I had on a list that weren't like demanding to be seen right now, but I'm like, but that's why I got to watch it in my time off. So I started Batman, not Begins, Beyond. I started Batman Beyond as well. So I'm going through those.
At Movies, thank you for the 500 bits. Since Wolfman is about to come out, can you do Nostalgia-ween for the 2010 version starring Benicio del Toro?
You know, I saw it. It's not awful, but it's mostly pretty boring. And the biggest shock was that Benicio del Toro said he always wanted to play the Wolfman, like that was his dream role. And he just plays it like he doesn't give a crap at all, which is so bizarre.
Oh, no.
It's like when Nicolas Cage played Ghost Rider, like this is his dream role, and you would just kind of think it's any other role for him. It's really, really weird. But it's not a terrible movie, but I don't think I could get much material out of it. I don't think.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. One of my favorite John Candy moments is from Cool Runnings when his character talks about why he cheated in the Olympics. I really loved his quote, "A gold medal is a wonderful thing, but if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it."
Yes, that is a wonderful thing. And I agree. That's probably his best scene in the movie. He's one of those actors where he can take the best line in the movie and he can make sure it's the best line in the movie. You know what I mean? He knows how to deliver it in a way where it's not just a corny Hollywood line. Like he's like, no, I know why this is good. I'm going to make everyone remember why this is a good line. And he did that very, very well.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy New Year's, Doug. I love what you've done with your hair. Where do you keep it?
On my face now.
Jimmy, thank you for the $5 super chat. What is the worst case of the giggles you and your cast got while shooting a video?
Anytime we do the programming spots, you know, or the, you know, like the Kids WB or Fox Kids, we have the giggles really bad. I don't know, might have to do with the fact that we try to make everything look like it's kind of like when you were younger and we put up like the old nostalgic posters and the sugary treats and everything. So maybe we just get in the mood. I don't know. They're longer shoots too, and we're mostly in one place. So I don't know. We just get super, super silly. Some of my favorite things to watch are the bloopers from those episodes.
Dragon's Toy, thank you for that 57-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Doug, happy to see you got the shirt. Looked great. And for the future holidays, I will send a Portillo's gift card. Heather, you want in on that? I mean, I always love a good Portillo's Dragon's Toy.
Thank you so much. I do love that. I think when I was doing, when I was getting images for the review, I want to say that shirt was in like the Google search there. I'm pretty sure. So when I saw it, I was just like, oh, I've never seen this. Oh my God, I like really, really want this. So yeah, so thank you so much for that.
Brian, thank you for the $5 super chat. Rank these three horror remakes: Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978, The
Ah.
Thing, 1982, and The Fly, 1986.
So my personal favorite's The Thing, but probably the best made is The Fly. I'd probably say The Fly, The Thing, and then Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 78. They're all good, though. They're all very, very good remakes.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, SpongeBob's wrong. You're not Bubble Bass. You're more like Squidward.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen How the West Was Won, 1962? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, years ago. That was another one I just had, like, years ago. I had a list of movies I'm like, I gotta see at some point. I really liked it, and I liked going in not knowing what it was about, and it really was just about the West. It was a bunch of different stories. The only thing, and I don't know how to feel about this, is that the version I saw, because obviously the way they shot it, they had to use like 3 separate cameras, and the version I saw did not get rid of the little lines that separated them, and I'm like, I know you can get rid of these lines. There's got to be a version out there that got rid of those. So I don't know. Maybe I gotta go look for it, but I still really liked it. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm gonna mess this name up. Have you seen Neil LaBute's second film titled Your Friends and Neighbors? And if so, thoughts?
I don't think so. Let me see. A lot of times, if I see like a picture from it, I'll remember your friends and neighbors. No, no, this isn't ringing a bell at all. Oh, it's a TV series. What? That's coming out this year. Let me try Friends and Neighbor movie. There we go, 98. No, I haven't. I'll try to check it out.
Trip Corey, thank you for the $5 super chat. So why is it okay for Animaniacs to make dirty, subtle jokes, but not the 2003 Hat in the Cat or Cat in the Hat? Both are mid-oriented.
Oh, I think Animaniacs does it very well. I mean, just Michael Myers looking at, guarding equipment saying "dirty ho" next to "I found prints." No, fingerprints, and she's holding the artist formerly known as Prince. It just goes, I don't think so. That's brilliant. That is phenomenal. Like, that is just clever. Mike Myers just saying "dirty ho." That's not clever. That's just dumb.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on Billy Madison? I know a lot of people have a soft spot for it, and more power to them, but I am not one of those people.
I'm not either. There are some Adam Sandler movies I know like aren't critically loved, but the audiences like. And I'm about half and half. Like, I really like Happy Gilmore. I do like The Wedding Singer. I like 50 First Dates. I don't like Lil Nicky. I don't like Waterboy, and I don't like Billy Madison. I will say Billy Madison had 1 or 2 funny scenes, and I do like that line near there where he does the big speech at the end and whatever. It's become a meme now where the guy says like everyone's become dumber listening to you. Like, all that. Like, there are moments that are pretty funny.
Adam, thank you for the $5 super chat. Blues Brothers turns 45 this year. Any chance you'll review it for NC? Please? Pretty please with 4 fried chickens and a Coke?
I don't know what to say about, like, I could sum up everything that's great about it in like, like maybe a Disney December review kind of thing, you know what I mean? I don't think I could like sit down for like a good whatever 15-20 minute review and just constantly go over like what works about it. But it is great. It's like one of my favorite comedies. So yeah, no, if you haven't seen, and I found out it's very divisive. There are some people that just don't get into it. So yeah, fair enough, but man, I love it. I think it's great.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. There's a Pokemon move called Stun Seed that's super effective if you say it backwards. It's a trap.
I gotta say, I was starting to put it in my head. I'm already like, tying with today's review, it's a trap.
Crunch Along, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you have this year's theme month picked out? If not, can you do a poll for YouTube members?
Let me think about that, actually. Because there's 2 I have it down to, but there's also a couple others that maybe I'll think about that. It's not a bad idea.
Frank, thank you for the $20 super chat. I recall you saying that you love riding roller coasters in your Disney December Roger Rabbit shorts and was wondering what your all-time favorite roller coaster is. And no, I'm not just limiting it to Six Flags Great America.
Oh no, no, the best place we've ever gone is Cedar Point, which is phenomenal. And it's their newest one that came out. Hold on, newest coaster. Well, it came out about maybe 4 years ago, something like that. Oh, what's it called? Oh, and it was so phenomenal. Hold on, Cedar Point. Let's try coaster list. I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of it.
Yeah, and the delay is making it so chat is not giving suggestions,
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. A coaster list. Times
which is
Square.
not on you, chat. It's
I say
just
what even?
delay.
Oh, I don't want like. It's giving me things like here's like boat attractions and stuff. No, give me the stupid coaster list. Why can I not find the coaster list? This is ridiculous.
I don't know,
Okay,
Doug. I'm sorry.
okay. Blue Tree, Corkscrew, Gemini, Maverick, Millennium Ford, Raptor. Sorry, this is important because it's really
This
really
is
good.
very important to Doug.
What? Steel Vengeance, that was it.
Hey!
Absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't tell what was up, down, left, right, anything, but it was still so smooth. It was like almost life changing. It was phenomenal.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I was wondering, have either of you seen the animated films Yellow Submarine or Triplets of Belleville? Sorry.
Bellevue.
Yes, that's what I thought it was, and my brain said no. If so,
Mhm.
I would love to know your thoughts.
Man, wouldn't that be a funky double feature?
Right?
Yellow Submarine, I like it. I feel like I respect it more than I get into it. Weirdly, because you think that'd be a movie I really get into. Obviously, it's great, music and trippy animation and stuff like that. But I don't know. Everyone has that trippy film they get a little bit more into, and like that one's not particularly mine. And but it is good. I like it. And Trippers of Bellevue, same thing. I like it. I probably respect it more just for how odd it is and how slow it goes and how it's just doing its own thing. And I love the design of everything. And neither are like one of my favorite anime movies, but if you're an animation fan, you absolutely should see them. There's a lot to get out of them, definitely.
Jimmy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Who do you like more as an overall artist, Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh, Jackson. And I love Prince, don't get me wrong, but no, Jackson was like half my childhood of music growing up, big time. I would like study his dance moves. I try to replicate him. I hear the songs over and over. Yeah, that was definitely the dude for me.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Lindsay Lohan remake did you like more, The Parent Trap or Freaky Friday?
Uh that's rough. I do like them both. Man, I don't know. Parent Trap had, I guess, a bit more charm to it. I guess I'll say that, but just like the tiniest bit more, because they are both pretty fun.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which of these Disney afternoon shows do you think has the best theme song? Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, or Darkwing Duck?
Good. Didn't put DuckTales in there. Probably Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. There's just that, Chip and Dale. It just gets you into it like immediately, where the others, are fun, but just some reason Chip and Dale just really get you hyped when that song starts.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will you review the animated Titanic Films TV series called Fantasy Island by Mondo World?
So I don't want to say who, but I've talked about a possible crossover with somebody. In fact, I just contacted him saying, are we still looking at doing a crossover here? Because we were talking about doing this year. I'm gonna try and do it with that person. If not, I would love to watch them because I've done all the other animated Titanic movies and spin-offs, which is so weird that it's a franchise. But it'll be tricky because it's a show and there's something like 25 episodes, something like that. So it would be tricky, but I do want to do it. I want the madness to continue.
The Ultimate Frozen Fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Critic trying to get rid of Michael Salvatore felt like Looney Tunes. I bet he regrets what he said after finding out he composed Halo and Destiny.
Oh yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. Well, because and Rob's always like, shh, don't tell anyone. But I mean, I think it's fine. He was a family friend. Oh, he still is. He's a family friend. And I always just knew him as the guy. He did all this music, but he was the one who did the Flintstones vitamins commercial. Got it and growing. And then I found out years later, like he did Halo and all these amazing projects. I'm like, wait, he did. I just always knew him as as Mike. They see a family get-togethers and everything. So like that just kind of wrote itself then, and it was so great because a lot of people did not know what he looked like. So that surprise at the end when he says Salvatore, everyone's like, "What?" Really, really got a big reaction, and yeah, he did it so well. He did such a great job.
Low expectations. They give the $5 super chat. I know you disagree, but I thought Over the Hedge did the liar revealed fine. It didn't focus on it too long, and it kept the jokes going.
And boy, I thought it did. But that wasn't the only issue. There are a lot of jokes that just fell flat or could have been a lot stronger. But there's some funny moments too. I actually do think that last third, when the climax starts, that is pretty funny. So there's some funny moments in it.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. How do you record movie footage for your reviews?
It's a mix of a couple programs. I gotta look them up. One of them went out of business or shut down or something, so we had to get another one. I know Handbrake is one, and then it's like a mix of two other programs we had to get. And even then, I'm like, which one actually does it? I'm not sure. So Handbrake usually does well, but I think you gotta get like DVD Fab or like Make MKV, something like that, to go with it. And for some reason, the programs speak to each other. I don't know why.
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, I know how much you love Christmas Vacation, so I was wondering, what were your thoughts on the original Vacation, as it's one of my all-time favorite comedies?
Oh, I really like it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what else can you really say about it? I mean, like people have watched it like that. The one thing I don't like every time I watch is the music is very annoying. It has a lot of music, and that's really obnoxious. But the song is fun, the Holiday Road song. But yeah, I mean, your favorite scenes are probably my favorite scenes too. It's a comedy classic.
Noah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, if you end up playing Telltale's The Walking Dead, please get the definitive edition. All seasons are in one game and all choices save.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug. I have to ask, which Raphael Bob Waksberg show do you love more and why? BoJack Horseman or Undone? Sorry for mispronouncing that.
BoJack Horseman, but man, it's like I want to say Undone because nobody talks about that show, and it's so great, it's so fantastic. But BoJack, it does have a little bit more going on. I like the mix of comedy and drama, and just I don't know, you're crying for a stupid horse in a suit, like that's pretty impressive.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the show Daredevil, and have you seen the new trailer for Born Again? I'm watching through all 3 seasons for the very first time to catch up before it drops.
I've only seen the first season. I should watch more of it because that new trailer did look pretty good. And I liked it. I liked it a lot, but just too many other things got in the way from watching the rest. And same thing with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, actually. Oh, Luke Cage only had 1 season, but yeah, I saw the first season. All their first seasons were fantastic. I loved them, and I never had a chance to watch anything else after them. So maybe I should, because yeah, that new trailer did look pretty cool.
Matt Norton, thank you for the $5 super chat. For next year's Disney-cember, you should cover Nightmare Ned. If not the obscure cartoon, then the beloved computer game.
Yeah, I've heard, maybe it was you, maybe it was someone else, I don't know, but somebody's definitely recommended it before. I have it on the list to look over at some point. I think the shows, I was adding up the shows I was going to watch this year. It's like, I think I've met my quota, so I don't think I'll be able to get this year, but it is on the list. I do want to get to it because I've heard some fun things about it.
Case, thank you for the $5 super chat. If you thought Zootopia was edgy with its analogies, watch the anime Beastars. It cranks the theme up to 11, especially in season 3, part 1.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was really popular for a hot second. Beastars was.
Yeah. I forgot about Ozzy until that was brought up again. I'm like, all right, yeah. I didn't know it had like that theme to it, which is interesting. I'll try to check it out.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. Like the new Wallace and Gromit film?
I haven't seen it yet, so now when I got on the queue, I got to watch it. Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
The Gaming Politician, thank you for the $5 super chat. Any chance you'll stream online games or VR? I'll destroy you in Call of Duty, Pavlov, TDM. Hope your time off is going well.
Thank you so much. And we tried VR once or twice and just
Mhm.
nobody tuned into it. And I thought people would get more into it, but just nah, not at all. I think there's something where people like watching the footage. I think they like hearing people talk as well too. I think that's what people enjoy about watching people game online. So yeah, probably not. Even though I do. Well, that I got rid of my VR system finally. I think the one I had they weren't making games for anymore. So I gotta wait for that one big game where everybody says, "No, you gotta play that. Like this is life changing." In order for me to get our VR system again, because I was obsessed for a long, long time
Mhm.
with VR.
Headshot, thank you for the $5 super chat. One of my dogs passed away last week, and watching some of the
Oh,
NC reviews, including this week's, helped. Thanks for the laughs. R.I.P. Copper.
oh, yeah.
So sorry
All
to
my best to you,
hear.
man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. For your next intro, I highly recommend you recreate Lupin the Third Part 2 1980 opening.
um, sure, because there's clearly a lot of connection to that. No, the intros are either going to be just what you see now, or maybe less. We've talked about even getting rid of the intro we have now because it's just like, I know it's only like a second long, but people still skip it. So we might just be like, let's just launch it back. Let's just do like the old days and just launch it right into Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. So we'll see.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for that 43-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Woohoo! Happy anniversary to me. Also, great review today, Doug, although I was kind of expecting a that darn cat joke slash reference in the review since Haley Mills is in the movie. I am 100% DC would have caught Cooper slash the Butcher. Lol.
I mean, the movie's called Trap, and her most favorite famous movie is The Parent Trap. I mean, that's the one I had to go with. I feel like.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Have either of you seen Clone High? And if so, what are your thoughts and have you seen the revival?
Yeah, I like them both. It was one of those where when the first season came out, I did want more, but I didn't quite see it as the masterpiece. I guess a lot of people thought it was, but I really enjoyed it. And I like the musical one where you have to kind of go back. It's like a parody of all the rock operas that came out in the day, and there's a bunch of hidden messages in there, and it's legit good music too. And the revival was good. There's issues I had with it, like I think anyone does, particularly with not bringing the Gandhi character back, and just the weird way they worked him in and didn't work him in. But I thought I had some creative stuff in there, and I like when human animation really takes advantage of the fact that it's animation. It just goes stranger and creative. Like I think there's one scene where somebody's making fun of somebody, it just sort of tilts his head like this, and then goes like this, and then just it goes off the neck, and the neck just keeps going around the person, tilting over. Like you can only do that in animation. The revival did a lot of stuff like that, so I enjoyed those moments.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Who do you prefer, Adam Sandler or Michael Bay? For me, Bay is more consistent but less memorable, and Sandler always leaves an impression.
Uh, Probably Adam Sandler. I feel like there's more of a 50-50 chance I'm going to get something that I like. And I'll say this, when Sandler does something different, it's really different and really fascinating, where when Bay does something different, I've never seen Bay do something different. So I'll tell you when it happens.
Jimmy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which Darth Vader scene is more menacing? Hallway scene from Rogue One or the fortress escape from Jedi Fallen Order?
Rogue One. It's funny. I thought you were gonna say the only scene that could come close with Rogue One is probably the fight with him and Luke in Empire. I thought he was pretty menacing there, but yeah, no, Rogue One. Even though it's only a few seconds, it's a menacing couple seconds.
The fifth Chris, thank you for the $10 super chat. Game recommendation, The Bard's Tale, starring Carrie Elways and Tim Curry. It's a spoof of fantasy games of the time, and it's very Mel Brooksy. It would be great for you to stream. The humor is right up your alley.
Boy, that sounds familiar.
The Bard's Tale. I think someone's recommended it before. I have never played it, but that doesn't mean you can't. Heck yeah.
Oh, 1985. Okay, so it's even older than I thought. I
Oh.
thought it came out like in early 90s or something like that. But yeah, it was mid 80s. How about that? Or maybe they've done like a retooling. Yeah, because here's like an Xbox version now and stuff like that. Yeah, I might look into it. I like fantasy games that have a good sense of, like, Curse of Monkey Island and stuff like that. I like games that have a pretty funny, self-aware sense of humor.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy New Year, Doug. Any note on when you'll do a video with Brad?
Uh, well, I don't know. We haven't talked about. It's one of those things where when you're friends and you live pretty close and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, maybe we should do something. Maybe it's been a hot minute. So I'll keep you posted.
Super Droid, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug. What are your thoughts on American Graffiti, the movie George Lucas made before Star Wars? It was a big hit back in the day.
I gotta see it again because I saw it. I remember liking it, uh, and I saw why it was good and why everybody liked it. But I don't have like the strongest memories of it. I remember some moments. I remember the attitude more than I remember like specifically what happens in it. But again, I know like it's inspire like tons and tons of people to become filmmakers and stuff. And like I said, a lot of people say it's like voice of generation and everything. So I should see it again. But I remember liking it. I remember it being a decent flick.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Which is your favorite version of 12 Angry Men?
I like the just because it has a lot of my favorite actors in there. The George C. Scott, the William Friedkin one. I get why the original is respected and why it's good and everything like that, but I just really believe that remake a lot more.
Octical, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you ever going to do a top 11 Bugs Bunny cartoons and maybe review the TMNT Turtle Tunes VHS?
Well, so I did the what was it, like the first 3 VHSs of Ninja Turtles, if that's what you're talking about. I did something called Raiders of the Story Arc. That was it. And unless you're talking about something else, you could be. But yeah, in terms of top 11, so originally I was thinking like maybe top 11 like Looney Tunes. But I guess I could do Bugs Bunny as well. The only thing is a lot of them would be the same that like I think everybody chooses. I wouldn't have that many unique ones in there. The one where he's Red Riding Hood, that has the annoying Red Riding Hood in it, would probably be up there. I don't know if many people would put that up there, but yeah, I think everything else would be the choices that like everybody makes.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. I heard a rumor that you did a test for Untitled Review Show with Sing 2. Can you verify if this is true? I'm curious.
Yeah, we released it for the members. I showed all the tests that we did because this is back like when we had the set, the little alley set and everything. We were testing the sound, we were testing a new camera we had at the time and everything. And yeah, and that one was also written where now I do like a half and half. I half talk about it. I like half talk, half do jokes, kind of half on the fly, half planned out, where that one was all written. So it was a lot shorter, surprisingly. But yeah, I guess if you're one of the members, you can see it there.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, my name is Slim Critic.
Yes, if you're referring to how he's slowly becoming me, you're right. And we have so much in common. I mean, it just made sense when somebody would finally put those pieces together. And there's something we released a community post that had like Eminem's wearing almost the same clothes I am, and somebody just had this great line that just says, "You either die a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become the nostalgia critic." Just really, really funny.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you watch Smallville during the break or any of Batman the Animated Series?
I mean, animated series I've seen several times. I love that show. I started watching Batman Beyond, though. I mean, I'm not far yet. I'm like maybe 4 episodes in, something like that. But yeah, I started watching that.
The Ultimate Frozen Fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Who played Zack the Psychomaniac in the 3rd commercial special? I didn't recognize him. That wasn't Rob without his hat and glasses, was it?
No, but that's one of Rob's friends who actually does the Lego things in there. Like he actually does that. He just makes all these crazy Lego design. Like he even sells them for money because he's so good at it. And so we just said we had this idea to do a parody of those commercials, and it's like, well, we know someone that actually really is a Lego maniac, so let's use him in there. And yeah, he did a great job.
Movie Mike.
His name's Jay, by the way. I should mention his. I think he should be mentioned in the credits, but if not, his name is Jay.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And the DuckTales reboot, what do you think of Darkwing Duck? I still hope they make that Darkwing Duck reboot they said they're planning.
I liked it. I was iffy about some of the choices. I don't know, like the Negaduck thing never went anywhere. And what they did with Goslin, I wasn't sure about. I don't know if I like just making her angsty. I really feel like you should make her fun as well. But no, I'm with you. I wouldn't mind seeing a like a whole series dedicated to it because I think you can really have fun. I mean, it's a good character. So, and again, but I like him more when he has the ego, the egotistical Darkwing Duck. So I think that's if they did do a series, I would want more focus on that, on him being full of himself. I think that's a big charm of the character.
Brady, thank you for the $5 super chat. I said, hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on?
Not much. Just sitting here with my kitty. That's what's going on. Yes,
Great.
yes, love you too. Christ. Oh my God. Okay. Yes.
Fantastic. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on Suspiria 1977?
I like it. We watched it again. Last Halloween? Yeah, I think last Halloween. And we always like the movie, but it is one of those where it's like you could just watch it on mute and still be blown away at what you look at. Just the color in that movie and the shots and the lighting. I mean, it's so phenomenal. But it is a good movie too. It's well done. But yeah, just the visuals of it are just mind blowing.
Treg Ryder, thank you for the 500 bits. Are either of you John Waters fans? I saw his films Serial Mom and Cecil B. Demented for the first time recently and surprisingly loved them.
Yeah, I don't know if I say like I'm a diehard fan. I definitely haven't seen all his movies, but I've seen several of them and I like him. I did like Serial Mom quite a bit. What's some of the other ones he did? I did see Pink Flamingos, but I think what you're supposed to think of it. Yeah, no, I like his stuff. On top of his films being entertaining, the guy is just wild. I mean, he's just a blast. I mean, anytime he does an interview, you want to watch it because he is just wonderfully strange.
Joel B., thank you for the 500 bits. Doug in The Simpsons, what do you think of Mrs. Crabapple? Crabapple, sorry.
Crabapple.
Crabapple, dang it! I've seen the first 3 seasons, I should know this!
I like her. I thought she was acted wonderfully. I thought they did a great job finding the humor with the character, but also the humanity with her too. I thought they could so naturally go back and forth with her. Most of the episodes about her are pretty good. I remember when it started to go downhill a little bit is when I like her and Skinner getting together, but then what they do when they're gonna get married, I guess I won't go beyond that. That felt lame. I really thought, sir, what they did with the character after that was kind of stupid. But yeah, I think I dropped off the same time a lot of people dropped off with Simpsons, so I didn't see, how far it went with her character before she passed. But I do like the little tribute they did to her when the actress passed away.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. I asked my wife, who is not a Broderick fan, what movies she liked him in, and she said Ferris Bueller, Glory, War Games, and Lion King. Do you agree?
Was it War Games is good. Glory he's good in. I mean, I guess he's passable in Lion King. And what's the other one?
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, and I guess I shouldn't give it away because it's one of the reviews coming up here, but I did find another movie. The movie's not good, but he's weirdly good in it. I don't want to give it away, but it's an animated film he was in. And I was watching, ready to rip him apart. I'm like, he's actually kind of delightful in this. It's really bizarre.
Hawkers, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's a recent film that you would love to know what Siskel and Ebert's opinion would have been on it?
I like to see what they think of the Spider-Verse movies. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, that's a big one for me. I know there's others, but like maybe the Batman is another one I wouldn't mind saying. Yeah, some of these the comic book movies that really do something kind of cool and different, or like some of the Marvel ones, like Endgame. I think it'd be fun to see what their thoughts were.
Josh, thank you for the $5 super chat. For a Nostalgia Critic review, could you review the live-action The Wind in the Willows movie, directed by Monty Python alum Terry Jones? It's weird!
For Nostalgia Critic or Disney?
Nostalgia Critic.
I don't know if I can... I'll write it down. Maybe. It is weird. And it's not good. But it's fascinating. And that's one of my favorite villain songs ever. Yeah, I'll write that down as a possibility.
Frank, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you ever consider playing any of the South Park games on Twitch?
Yeah. Oh, that's one we gotta add
Yeah, we might have
on
to look into
there.
that though, because how would that fare on YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube might be
Damn
little
stupid
butts about
YouTube.
it, but we can look into it.
Yeah.
We can look into
Ah.
it.
Yeah, we'll look into it, but yeah, I think you're right.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you tried checking out Ultimate Spider-Man for Disney Plus? Let's just say it's the adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog of Spider-Man.
No. I guess I'll try to check it out.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Even though it's my birthday tomorrow, I have the birthday blues. Well, I'm sorry about
Oh,
the blues, but happy birthday!
happy birthday to you! Yeah, happy early birthday. Just wait till your birthday actually comes. You'll perk right up. Well, we're happy you're here. You shouldn't get the blues, but we're happy you have a birthday.
Randall, thank you for the $20 super chat. Hey, Doug, hope your day is going well. No question, but just wanted to send some love your way as a thank you for the last 15 years of content. Been watching you since I was 8. I'm currently 25 now. Bless you for the memories.
Oh, bless you for watching for so long. Thank you so much. Very kind of you to say. We've been this year. We've been doing it 18 years. Isn't that
18
crazy?
years.
It
Wild.
is crazy to think. Yeah, no. It's and again, I know I say it a million times, but we really got y'all to thank for that, man. So thank you so much for always coming back because yeah, we literally couldn't do it without you, and it just means the world, man. So thank you. I mean, you're literally allowing me to live my dream here. So thank you so much again. Oh, I always want to make sure that comes across. Just thank you so much, always.
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Which sci-fi romance do you prefer, Her or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Uh, in terms of the, I was gonna say in terms of the movie, Her is probably a better movie, but Eternal Sunshine, I think I like the romance a little bit more. Um, Her is definitely more interesting and like tries a lot of different stuff and really questions a lot more. But then you also, but that's kind of the charm of Eternal Sunshine is that the romance. I don't want to say it's simple, but it's very easy to follow. You can see why these people get along and then why they don't get along. It's very easy to understand. Where Her is so existential and so how much is this AI, how much is him and everything. Um, though granted, I think you very much could argue that maybe it'll be seen as a more relatable, realistic love story in the next 20 years. We'll see where things go. But yeah, because stuff like that is going to happen.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which movie based on a Disney afternoon show do you like more? DuckTales, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, or a Goofy movie?
Oh yeah, I guess that does count. Oh man, that's rough. I know Goofy movie is probably better made. In terms of like getting the message across and everything. But I'm a DuckTales fan. I remember seeing that movie on the big screen and we were excited for it and everything. So I'll say that, even though I think Goofy movie's probably the better film.
James, thank you for the $10 super chat. If I had a nickel for every time Doug covered something Superman related in 2024 that had an out of place British child, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. So there's
They have
Superman
S2
2.
and PSA.
Oh, that's right, the Richard Williams one. Yeah, yeah. I guess. I mean, that one is supposed to take place in Britain, but I mean, well, Metropolis now, I guess it's Britain. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good point.
Low expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. Since you're going to review all the Transformers movies, warning, the last night is the Freddy Got Fingered of action movies.
So excited. Yeah, I think that's it. So yes, guys, I saw one, and then I got Rise of the Beast and last night. Those are the two I gotta check out now.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, whether you make an NC for the borrowers or not, I'd appreciate you checking it out. It's entertaining and creative.
Yeah, let me I'll add that to the list here. That was one where it's like originally I was gonna do an NC on it, and I'm just like, nobody's gonna tune into this. I just know they're not. But I do want to see it because I've heard good things about it. Anything else, just the effects for it. I heard were I can talk. Were really something. There we go.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. I was wondering, have you read the comic series I Hate Fairyland? I just finished the original story, and it's one of my new favorite comics, and I think you'd like it too.
Oh, love it. Oh my god, it is so good. The other sequels and spin-offs and everything are also wonderful. And it's not just the artwork. The writing is so funny and so clever. Um Anyone that hasn't seen it, you got it. And I met the artist. He was actually right across from us at C2E2. And I said, "Oh my god, huge fan, love, hate Fairyland and stuff like that." He's like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "I'm a YouTuber." He's like, "Oh, well, then you're probably my son's, biggest fan, everything." Yeah, he probably loves your stuff. You're probably his hero. But he was really, really cool. And I know there's a new one out where the character does finally grow up. Uh, and but it's not all out yet. It's only like one volume. I think there's going to be like several, and it's all right. So I think there was originally three big collections. The second, up to the second collection, is the best. And then the third one is still good, but it's not as good as the previous ones. And then, like I said, we'll see how this new one goes. But sorry, I don't get to talk about this much with people. But it's so good. Anyone that hasn't, read it or looked at, just look at the cover, just look at the drawings, look at anything from it, and you'll know if it's your thing. It's so good.
Mike, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, have you considered looking back at the Gun Scooby-Doo movies? After all these years, considering the following it has gained since the following it has gained since your original review, it was the first vid I saw from you.
Um, I didn't know it got that big a following. It's interesting. Um, I mean, I don't want to. I really didn't like them. I think, like a lot of people said, they probably would have been better if they went the route they were supposed to go, which is to make them more adult and like an R-rated something. Which is why did they think that would fly originally anyway? Like, I want to see it, but it's
Yeah.
like, who? Well, like Warner Brothers would let that fly? No, they're gonna want a stupid kid-friendly something. But yeah, I remember them well enough.
Harrison, thank you for the £5 super chat. Doug, did you know there is a movie adaptation of Puss in Boots starring Christopher Walken that came out in 1988?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it. It's out there. Well, I think Christopher Walken is out there, but a Puss in Boots version with Christopher Walken was particularly out there. I'm still here. I'm just letting Chaplin out.
Okay. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Who was your favorite Mario character and why?
Favorite Mario character. Trying to go through like all the characters. I remember really liking the Koopa kids. They were really fun. And out of all, when I was a kid, I thought Roy was just the coolest thing. Oh, he had the shades. He looked like the badass. Oh my god! And then I look back at him now, and he just looks fabulous. It's like he just looks like he's got to throw just the most wonderful party, and which kind of it makes it even more fun, honestly. So yeah, I maybe that character because it just completely changed. No, I take it back. It's gotta be Wario. Wario's great. Yeah, he's just what that character's become. I think has been a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll probably say him. I'll say Wario.
Rico, thank you for the 18-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. Saw To Kill a Mockingbird again, and I must say, I forgot how superfluous Dill Harris is compared to the books. He just seems like he's there for no reason.
Boy, I never thought about that. No, because I do. It followed the books so closely, and I do so much associate the two together that when you mention that, I'm thinking of the movie now. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't really do anything in the movie, does he? He's just kind of there. Where I feel like the way they wrote him in the book, I remember him doing a little bit more. He was like a major character, but like he had a point to be there. I never really thought about that. That's very interesting. Yeah, I gotta watch it again. It'll just give me another excuse to watch it again.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What I say every time I see Seltzer / Friedberg or Uwe Boll movie, do these jokers even like the art of film or the human experience?
The human experience.
Do they like the human experience?
Yeah. I might steal that. That's pretty good.
Isaac Smith, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you considered remaking a lot of your old reviews? Just make most of them the same quality as your Nostalgia Critic vids today.
Yeah, we've talked about it. One of the theme months that we're debating a good chunk of it would be looking at films I've already done, but it was like during the first year that I did Nostalgia Critic. So, there's much more of a different style and time restraint and stuff like that. So you might see that coming up. But even outside of that, we've talked about maybe just doing a theme month that's just dedicated to remaking reviews where I can go more into detail about them, because there is a lot more to say about, like, Super Mario Brothers and Batman Robin and stuff like that. So we might.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. I have to ask, what is a movie and or show that at first you thought this will be one of my new favorites, but as it goes on, you didn't love it as much? For me, stuff like the movie Poor Things and shows like Don Da Don, Creature Commandos, and Owl House are the ones that come to mind. I still like them, though.
Uh, Let me see. When I was a kid, it was probably Batman Forever. I was just so excited to say, I was like, maybe like the most hyped I've ever been for it, because I was a huge Jim Carrey fan. Just the idea of him as the Riddler was like mind blowing. And then just the more I kept going, like, I was in pure denial. I was just like, this is good. This is really just, I mean, the best of the Batman movies. Clearly good. And I'm like, telling this to, because Rob wasn't there, so I'm like telling it to Rob, like, it's really good. And I think even he could tell, like, my eye was twitching, like, just something was off, like the way I was talking about it. And like he was like, yeah, I mean, that was and I was like, no, it's good, right? Like, we were just in the, I think that's the response people had when they saw the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Like, they were so trying to convince themselves
Right,
it was great. So that's one for me.
Aussie Manny, thank you for gifting that sub to King Croker over on Twitch. Appreciate that. Thank you. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact, apparently the people from Smallville were invited to Spider-Man Sam Raimi, and they asked them to write Spider-Man 2.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the $2 super chat. Spike Bebop, thank you for the $10 super chat. Of all the 2000 to 2010 video game adaptations you have reviewed, which one deserves a reboot and why?
I mean, man, I gotta look over. It's a very specific.
That is right. 2000 to 2010 video game adaptations.
Oh, 2010 video game movies, I guess.
Yeah.
I will say. Oh man, there's not even like much. I mean, I'm like trying to find just like a list here or something. I don't know. I never saw the remake that they did where they made her younger, but I thought the Tomb Raider movie was fun. And I like the idea of, this person goes in the tombs and everything. Just because she's an adrenaline junkie, I think that's cool. But she also lives in like she lives in the cool mansion. She has, the proper British accent and everything, but she's just kind of bonkers. I think that's really, really fun. The more and more we see about crazy millionaires nowadays, I think it's bizarrely kind of believable. But it's also silly because like statues come alive and everything. I don't know. I know what they're doing now where they make her younger, they make it about survival and very dark and gritty, but I like the cool bonkers version, honestly. I think it's a lot of fun. I think we get a very charismatic actress and a charismatic director. I think you can make something, even better than the first. Like, it's a masterpiece. It's not, but I mean, like, you can make something really, really cool.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. I was wondering, do either of you have a guilty pleasure genre? For me, it's campy upbeat musical like 2007's Hairspray, Bugsy Malone, or Greatest Showman.
Yeah, man. A guilty pleasure genre.
That or bad CW shows. Those are mine.
Maybe, man. Boy, it's really, really rough. I'm like trying to even look around the room, like, what stuff where I'd be like, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit, like, I watch that stuff. But
aren't
it's like,
you and your wife really into Hallmark Christmas movies? Is that
yes?
maybe one?
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we love the bad Christmas rom-coms, and they are purposefully bad. Yeah, I think that's gotta be it. That's definitely the one.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Castaway, what do you think of the speech Tom Hanks gives at the end about having to keep breathing and seeing what the tide brings?
I thought that was way too much Zemeckis hammering it in. Didn't need it. He has a lot of those moments, and they're very Tom Hanks center. The sun will rise. It's very Jim Carrey in The Majestic. I just don't remember who I am. It's just so playing to the camera. The words are not bad. Like, if you were to just take those words, put on a sheet of paper, don't connect anything. Just read the words. They're nice words, definitely. But yeah, in terms of like where it fits in a movie, or even can you put that like I don't know. At the most, maybe in like a kid's film, maybe you could work in something like that. But yeah, it just comes across as too corny for me. Again, the words themselves are fine, but in a movie, especially a Robert Zemeckis Tom Hanks movie, the ending of a Robert Zemeckis Tom Hanks movie, I thought was pretty corny.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy New Year, everybody. Saw how fast the thumbnail got corrected for the Snow Day 2000 review after I pointed it out on Twitter. About half an hour. Ha
Yeah, I can I can blame Rob on that one. No, because I mean, well, I can, but so I guess so. It's funny because he always shows me the thumbnails because because a lot of times I'll do the first one, he'll do the second one, and I'll always sort of be like, yeah, sorry, I know there's not much material out there to draw from for this, and then when he did Snow Day, I'm like, boy, those look like really high resolution image. Boy, I didn't find any of that. I good on you. It's just, boy, I just really couldn't find any images out there. And it turns out it was from the sequel. So he was quite embarrassed by that. He's like, I'm so sorry. And we're just like, dude, we didn't notice it either. So it's all good. I think they pointed you out too. I think they said that somebody in the YouTube comments pointed out. He was like, oh no. So thank you for that.
Low expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do all of these. Rapid fire round, what are your favorite scores from the following composers? John Williams. Fast.
Oh my God. Hook, I guess.
Okay. Danny Elfman.
Edward Scissorhands.
Hans Zimmer.
I'll say Transformers.
Thomas Newman.
American Beauty. I think he did that one, right? Yeah.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Since I hear you praise Lord and Miller often, I wanted to know, what is it that you especially love about this duo? Also, have you seen some of their lesser-known projects like Strays, Cocaine Bear, and America the Motion Picture?
I haven't seen America the Motion Picture. I don't think I've seen Stray either. I did see Cocaine Bear. I thought that was pretty fun for what it was. It's not a true story. Get that out of your mind. I don't know. They'll take ideas that just should be dead on arrival, and they not only make them good, but they just do something completely new and different with it. Something that like innovates. They're innovative. When they do something, it's like, wow, I want to look at something a different way now, like just from a completely different angle, and try to bring the same amount of influence to it. So yeah, no, same thing with Clone High. They really find this idea that's really goofy, but they just bring this brand new, fresh take on it. And yeah, no, I really enjoy their material quite a bit.
Rico, thank you for the 500 bits. Great review. Always love it when you review an M. Night S movie. They really make me laugh.
Me too. As soon as I saw the trailer, I was excited to see it. But then when I saw the movie, I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. It was a lot of fun to do.
BR, thank you for the £5 super chat. Doug, have you seen Taskmaster, the British game show, not the Marvel villain?
Let me see. Taskmaster.
It's pretty fun.
No. Looks fun. But no, I have not. Oh, I know some of these people. Okay. Oh, this looks like a lot of fun. Okay, I'll try to check it out.
The USS Salem, thank you for the $5 super chat. What is your opinion on Top Gear / The Grand Tour? If you don't know, it's the comedy show where a trio of old British guys do Mythbusters, but with cars.
I've never even heard of it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the following are all going to be British show questions, I guess. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I haven't seen it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Batman Beyond is a good show. Just wish the digital copies were working like they used to on Vudu. Still has not fixed their bug. Had to rebuy the whole series.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just watching on Max. And the quality seems pretty clear there. So, yeah, I'm hoping I get into it too.
Will Peters, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, from your NC review of Gremlins, where you talked about the real problems you were going through, my question being, is the Nostalgia Critic just you, or is he still his own character a la James Rolfe and AVGN being different characters?
It goes back and forth. I mean, like, the continuity, I definitely don't want it to be a thing where it's like, you have to figure out which is the real me. It's not that. But it's definitely not something where it's like it's completely removed from who I am. That would definitely be like the earlier versions of the NC, but now it's kind of my real thoughts. They're just turned up a lot louder, but every once in a while, but I still like making him an a-hole and very egocentric, and putting like the people that work for him, in these terrible situations and everything. He's kind of whatever the review needs. He's like Godzilla. He's whatever the material needs.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. Over analysis of Arcane. When Vi is younger, her hair looks pink, and when she's an adult, her hair is red. Red and white makes pink, and white means pure. Prison whipped the pureness out from her hair. Bonus Caitlyn means pure in Greek and Irish.
Is it red?
I thought it was pink.
Pink.
But
I mean, maybe I gotta see side to side. Yeah, man, could be right.
Right. Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen the incredibly dark deleted scene of Superman 2 where Non kills a little boy? My jaw dropped when a woman cries, "He was just a child!" And Urso replies, "He will never become a man."
I was gonna put it in the review, but it was already too long. Because there are some funny delete scenes. Zod shooting the gun is pretty fun too. Yeah, that scene's pretty fun.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. The segment in your Acolyte Disney December about the culture war ruining criticism was so satisfying. I'm so stealing The Boy Who Cried Woke.
Thank you. Have fun.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Batman Beyond, what do you think of Kevin Conroy's performance? And so far, what do you think of the relationship between Terry and Bruce?
I mean, was Conroy ever turned in a bad performance? I mean, I'm admire the fact that he does a good job sounding older without it sounding forced, which is pretty cool. And I'm only about 4 episodes in. It's fine so far, but I've heard a lot of people say it's really great, and I definitely haven't gotten to the great yet. But there's some cool stuff that like that Ink villain was really cool, and how she moved and the cool animation stuff. But then she has like no backstory, no anything else that's like interesting. So I'm hoping they get more into the gothic stuff, the monster, the tragic backstories and stuff like that. Like that's always a big fun part about Batman to me.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. A couple of weeks ago, you quoted Huckleberry Finn, and I can't remember what it was. What was the quote?
It's probably the line I always quote, which I think is my favorite line in anything, which is, was it, well, then I guess I'll go to hell, where he's taught if he, doesn't hand in his best friend that God will damn him, and he'll go to hell and everything. And he's just like, I love my friend too much. He means too much. I'll go to hell. I can't do it kind of thing. And that's just the most powerful thing I think ever written, like period. Like that is like, and the fact that it's a little boy talking about it too, it's just so powerful. So probably that, because that's the one I quote a lot.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. I know Christmas was almost a month ago now, but what would you say are your favorite Bob's Burgers Christmas episodes? Personally, I love watching the Bleakening and Father of the Bob episodes every year. Also, would you say the Belchers are your favorite animated family?
Favorite animated family? Maybe. I'd have to look at a bunch of animated families, you know what I mean? But they definitely be up there because, yeah, they are just such a funny unit. And probably the one that came out a couple of years ago with the pageant. I love the idea behind it. Of course, I love the ending. My wife would say, hey, it's the first Bob's Burgers make me cry. Oh my God. So it's really well done.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Were any of the movies that you watched during your break by any chance the Caper movies I keep telling you about, Family Business and Anderson tapes?
No, sorry. I really thought I was gonna get through a lot more movies and shows, but I didn't. I mean, I got through some, definitely. They were just sort of whatever I was in the mood to watch, and sometimes it was something newer, sometimes it was something older, and yeah, sadly didn't get around to those. I'm sorry. I have so many left to watch.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your favorite Three Stooges shorts? Mine are A Plumbing We Will Go and the 2 where they made fun of the YouTube party, wink wink.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think. The trial one is pretty good. The one with the where he's trying to eat the soup is wonderful. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the ones where I was howling with laughter. Actually, maybe the plumbing one. The plumbing one's pretty great. Yeah, I don't know. They're pretty awesome.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug Walker should be on the podcast The Inside of You with Lex from Smallville to answer questions.
I don't think I'm big enough business for him. I mean, he has like, I think he's had the entire cast of Star Trek, which one? All of them on there. I don't think I'm that level. I have started watching them though, and they are pretty cool. They are really interesting. I have to watch Smallville. You only add that to the list of shows I need to watch. Smallville.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. In 1917, what do you think of the scene where they walk through no man's land? It always has me at the edge of my seat.
Uh, very good. I really, sorry, just adding Smallville there. What impressed me about the movie, and that was the point where I realized, oh, okay, this is actually kind of refreshing. I really thought it was going to mostly be battles and showing off the effects and everything. And there surprisingly weren't that much. I mean, they were there and they were effective. But a lot of it was just building up that this can happen at any point. And that's what's effective about it. I think when they were going through there, that's when it got really, really suspenseful. And I love that it looked like I was pointing at myself there. That was pretty funny. Yeah, no, that's when I really knew, like, okay, this isn't just going to be, it's all one shot. Isn't that cool? Isn't it cool that we did this? And it's mostly action. Scenes like that where they're just sneaking through and they see the dead bodies, they see people that are dead, they just have to keep going, and the atmospheric music. Yeah, that really, really, from that point on, I knew, okay, this really is going to be a great movie. People are right.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think are movies where they themselves aren't the controversy, but the marketing and reactions to them were?
Guess it depends on the movie and the marketing. I mean, Eyes Wide Shut is one of my favorite movies ever, but I remember everyone was upset that they thought it was going to be a lot of Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman making out, and there wasn't, because that was mainly all over the advertising. And, but still one of my favorite movies. But I guess you could definitely say that's false advertising, though.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Have either of you seen the movie Bubba Hotep? I think it's a really fun yet surprisingly deep B movie.
Yeah, I agree. And I like watching that film because you naturally have to ask yourself, okay, are either of them correct? Is he really Elvis or is he really JFK? And my thought was always, he's Elvis, he's not JFK. But either could be right or wrong. That's what's fun about it. Yeah, no, it's a good movie.
Ice Luigi Star Pictures, thank you for the $7 super chat. I think the liar reveal scene in A Bug's Life makes no sense since Princess Ada made the excuse to send Flick to get warriors just to banish him.
Right. Right. It's so terrible. It's one of the ones that pisses me off the most in a movie, because I really feel like, I mean, the ants are already pretty boring, but like, I feel like I would like that movie a lot more if they just got rid of that incredibly forced element.
Joe, thank you for the $5 super chat. When is Fanscription coming back?
Walter's got plans to do a couple. So he's doing another theme month, completely different subject matter. So he's starting that. And I think the Fanscriptions were just really wearing on him because they do take a lot of time and effort and everything. So while also doing these theme months. So he does have plans to do a couple. I don't think it's going to be quite as many as it was before, but he does have some thoughts for a couple this year.
Joel, thank you for the 500 bits. How would you rank these animal horror films? The Birds, Jaws, Cujo.
Jaws, though it's very close with Cujo. I think Cujo is a really, really good movie. I don't like the Birds that much, actually. I'm the odd one out with that. So that'd be third, I guess.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you hear James Cameron is embracing AI? I don't mind if it's ethical. I just can't believe Michael Bay is more against it than him.
Yeah, that is weird. When you said that, because I thought it was just going to be a big debate about AI. And then when you said that James Cameron, the Terminator guy, is embracing AI, I'm like, that's a really good point. You could make the argument that because he made the movie, about Skynet. I mean, we still use that term. You want Skynet, this is how we get Skynet. Maybe he thinks, I have no idea, that he can do it right. He's like, well, I made a movie about this. I know the dangers. I'm paranoid about the dangers, so I'm going to be on top of all of this. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like that and Jurassic Park and everything. It's like, man, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about, but boy, are there a lot of things to be cautious and worrying about as well. It's all being talked about. So yeah, at least there's constant conversation about that. At least is nice, and there is constant concern about. So that's good. It's not something where it's like one person yelling, "How can nobody see this?" It's like no, everybody does see it. That's at least encouraging.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of the Adam Sandler song "Grow Old with You"?
I've heard that song. I gotta grow old with you, Sandler. Oh, I didn't know he wrote that song. I thought that was just like a song that was like from the 80s. I didn't know. I didn't know he actually wrote that. I think it's a really delightful song. I didn't know that was his own song. Huh. I gotta listen to that again knowing that.
John, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Memoir of a Snail yet? Definitely worth the time if you can get around to it.
No, that's another one I'm gonna add. I completely forgot about that movie. Thank you for the reminder.
WC, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just picked up the Hobbit / Lord of the Rings books, and I'm curious to whether the movies will do justice or get things wrong. Any knowledge on that?
Was it The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings? Is that what? Lord of the Rings, with both of them, a lot has changed. So keep that in mind. When I saw Fellowship, I was definitely thrown off by how many things were there because they got to change some stuff. I mean, people said you couldn't adapt it, but the changes did throw me off originally. But by Two Towers, I embraced it. The Hobbit was the opposite. I actually really liked the first movie, and then by movie 2, it just got worse and worse. I never even saw the third one because I was so turned off by movie 2. So I think it's just going to be different for every person.
Crispy Toast, thank you for the $5 super chat. Great job so far, Doug. I have a simple question, really. Who is your favorite character from the Super Mario series?
Oh, didn't I just answer that? Maybe somebody else asked it. Probably Wario. Originally, I was saying Roy, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, no, I think it's Wario.
The Firstborn, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you think Elgort's performance in WSS would have hurt Wicked more than it hurt his movie?
Say that again?
I'm probably pronouncing this name wrong. Do you think Elgort's ELGORT performance in WSS would have hurt Wicked more than it hurt his movie?
All right, so Ansel Elgort is from
West Side Story. Is that
West
what
Side
WSS
Story.
is?
West Side Story, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So do I think his performance in West Side Story
would have
what's the rest
hurt
of it?
Wicked more than it hurt his movie?
Would have hurt Wicked more than... Wait, is he in Wicked?
I don't think so.
Hold on. Wicked.
I think they're trying to ask that, like, in his performance in West Side Story, it must have hurt the movie. So would it have also hurt Wicked? His type of
If he was in
performance?
Wicked?
Yeah, if he was in Wicked.
I don't know because I've only seen him in West Side Story. And there's times where sometimes an actor is just not a right fit or is given bad direction. Even though I mean Spielberg's a pretty good director. But sometimes they're just not the right fit, and they're good in other stuff. So I don't know. I'd have to see him in other stuff.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which angry Brit do you prefer, Simon Cowell or Gordon Ramsay? Both are entertaining, but I'd go with Ramsay for the spectacle.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Ramsay, you can tell, and not that Cowell is faking it, but how do I put it? With Ramsay, it is very, very clear when he's doing something for a soundbite and he's having fun with it, and when he really, really means something. And I don't know, you can see the love for what he does. And when he does something that's clearly for a soundbite, he's like, okay, I'm doing this for the show. Everybody knows it. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to give him a show. But how do I put it? In real life, he seems like a happy guy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
He seems like he loves his craft. He loves food. He loves interacting with people and stuff like that. Where I don't get that with Cal. He seems like someone who brings his own issues to work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which some could say that's more entertaining. But for me, I think I have more respect for Ramsay. It just I guess they're both workaholics. But yeah, I also I think Ramsay's just funnier. He's just all around funnier.
All right, I'm going to start this poll here, chat. For Doug's
Yes.
next game for Friday, we have a couple choices here. Silent Hill 2, Until Dawn, Elden Ring, the next Arkham game, which I believe is Arkham Knight, or with a big asterisk on it, Last of Us Part 2, since the new season is coming out in April. But Doug has played half of the game already. He just hasn't played the second half. So
So keep that in mind. Yeah, because we were like, do we put that in there? We're not sure because I've only played half the game, but I half the surprises are already in there. And I'll also say, I know what happens in the game. So that is one of those things where if you're like, I can't wait to see his reaction to this. Well, I do know. So just keep that in mind because I do think it's a big asterisk. But maybe people don't care. Maybe they want to see me play the game. So which I would totally get.
all right, it is up and it is going to be up for about 10 minutes. So vote now and keep voting. Well, I guess you can only vote once, but I'm just saying it's there. Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. In Snow Day 2000, Hal and Lane didn't just happen to show up at the exact same ice rink when Claire and Chuck did. They purposely followed them there.
Okay, I thought I watched it again to see if they clarified that, and I didn't see it there, but maybe I did only see it twice. Once to watch the movie, and then once while editing it, and I was scrubbing through, seeing if I got that wrong. So maybe they mentioned in there, and I just missed that. So I guess that saves the movie. No.
Guy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you enjoy Sonic 3?
Oh yeah, I did a review on it. You can see just a little vlog review on it. I had a good time. I might be one of the few that I think like the second one a little bit more. Like 3 has more fun stuff in it, but I thought 2 was kind of more consistently enjoyable. Even that weird wedding scene in the middle was so weird and so bizarre. It was kind of fascinating. Where I thought parts of 3, I'm just like, all right, this can get a little duller. That was awkward. That's weird. Or I like, but not in a fun way. Where 2, I thought was pretty fun almost all the way through, even when it does something completely insane. But I still really liked it, and I thought it was pretty cool when they tried to go a little bit more dramatic, because that was something where I'm just like, how are they going to be able to do this, in this type of franchise? But I thought they did an okay job.
And chats, just so you know, both YouTube and Twitch, you don't type what you would like to see in the chat. There should be something above the chat for you to press to vote in. That's what we're looking at. Don't just type what you want to see. Vote in the actual poll, please. Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. You didn't do a Stephen King review last year, so would you consider doing one big review this year for all 4 Carrie movies? 76, 02, 13, and The Rage.
God, I mean, okay, so The Rage is technically a sequel. There's 4. I thought there was 3. I thought there was Carrie 2, the remake, and there's another one. I didn't know that. I don't know. It was terrible confession. I like Carrie. I don't love it. It's not something where I put on all the time around Halloween, or look at the camera work and say, even though there's a lot to admire. It's just not what I have a passion for. So probably not. I never did see. I never did see Carrie 2. That might be fun to do at some point. I might write that down as a possible future one.
We are going to have to pick up the pace. We're still an hour and a half behind. Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Are you a fan of the film Reanimator?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Trip Corey, thank you for the $5 super chat. What is your problem with Harry Potter? Also, did you finish watching Hilda?
No. Oh, wait, did I? No, I didn't see the movie. I gotta watch the movie. And I have no problem with Harry Potter. I just don't get into it. I'm a Lord of the Rings guy.
Low expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. To be a true cinephile, how many movies or subgenre do you have to be familiar with to understand their importance in cinema?
Oh, I don't know. That term's getting tiring already. I'm hearing so many people use it more and more. It's like, true cinephile. Just, you like movies? How many movies have you seen? How do you like them? How do you rate them? Just ask. Talk to them. You can find out more about a person that way.
Joe, thank you for the $2 super chat. Nico, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, I've gotten cameos from you numerous times. Have you thought about doing an NC or Disney December on Max Keeble's Big Move sometime? Jamie Kennedy as a psychotic ice cream man.
I forget if I have that on the list. I'll write it down if I don't.
Car, thank you for the $20 super chat. Would you consider doing Disney Decembers for the following Shyamalan movies? Unbreakable, Touchstone, The Village, Touchstone, Wide Awake, Miramax, and maybe a possible re-review for Signs, Touchstone.
Signs. Man, the Cosmo Variety guy just did a big review of the Shyamalan movies. and he loves signs. And I don't know, I must be from a different planet because I cannot see what is good about that movie. I'm so sorry. uh, but I'll say I haven't seen the Wide Awake one, so I'll try to check that out because I do want to see all his stuff.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of the Animal Kingdom roller coaster Expedition Everest?
Oh, it's fun. I love when you get to the point where the track is broken. Then I love the animation of the uh what do you call it? Not snowman. I don't know, Yeti. All that stuff was really, really cool.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. Will you ever do an NC on all of the Madagascar movies, including the Penguin spinoff?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Penguin spinoff, so I gotta see that. But I have seen the Madagascar movies. I like them actually quite a bit, so I wouldn't mind doing a compilation on them.
Giotto, thank you for the €5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Since it's one of my favorite movies, would you ever do a full review of the 1980 Popeye movie?
Uh, Maybe I did Disney December on it, and I don't know. I thought about it. We'll see.
BR, thank you for the £5 super chat. Cool that we finally saw 1917, but which do you prefer, 1917 or Dunkirk?
Ooh. Boy, I don't know. Maybe 1917.
Guy, thank you for the $5 super chat. I think you already answered this. They said I had to leave the room. Did Doug like Sonic 3?
Yes.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. I watched Babe Pig in the City recently, and I think that movie is an underrated gem and better than the first one. What do you think?
Oh, million% agree. Very, very good film. Not talked about enough. Definitely agree.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. What annoyed me about Rebel Moon was Snyder purposefully making sloppy mainstream cuts to make his cuts look better. It felt really pretentious.
I never did see it. Everyone said it wasn't worth seeing, so I just didn't see it.
Girth, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you do an NC on Death Becomes Her? I think there's a lot of material there. I've never seen a Bruce Willis performance so insane yet hilarious.
It's a fun movie. I don't know what I could bring to it that's that new though. So probably not, but I do recommend it if you haven't seen it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Make MKV sadly does not work for me anymore.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Aside from Happiness, is there a film with a disturbing ending that was way too much for you? Never watched the original Danish version of Speak No Evil. If you're having a bad day, it will mess you up.
Okay. The Florida Project kind of messed up our Christmas because we watched it on Christmas Day thinking it was going to be like kind of like the Sandlot, like a heavier version of the Sandlot. It was not. We just went the whole day like just blank face, like, whoa, what do we do? Like, we were nice to people. We were just thinking that movie.
The fifth Chris, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hope this isn't too personal, but how's your dad doing? I always love seeing him in your videos. He's a very funny guy.
Good. My brother's actually doing a thing where we're filming him just kind of talk about his life story. We wanted to do that with our grandfather, but he passed away before we could. So he's like, I'm not going to do it with him. So yeah, we're sitting down, getting some footage of him talking about all that.
Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you see the results of the Alec Baldwin case? I'm not trying to stop you from making jokes. I was just wondering if you kept up with it.
A little bit. I think no, he's suing them now. I think he's like countersuing, I believe. So there's still jokes you can make.
There's only one more minute left on the poll, so if you haven't already voted, at the top of chat, check it out. Kevin Lane, thank you for the $2 super chat. Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. On Pete and Pete, the principal there was played by Adam West. Imagine if he was the one getting snowballs thrown at him in Snow Day 2000 instead. Haha.
Yeah, that would. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. That'd be fun.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Over the Hedge, what do you think of Nick Nolte as the bear? I think his raspy voice does a good job at being intimidating.
I agree about the voice. Everything else about the character I thought was pretty boring, but I agree. He had a pretty intimidating voice.
Dolphin Crescent, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm a writer, proofreader, and copy editor, so please feel free to DM me for my resume. I'd love to work with you.
Cool. Thank you so much.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Here's hoping Dave Coulier from Full House recovers from cancer.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, hopefully goes as well as it can go.
Crispy Toast, thank you for the $5 super chat. If you are not familiar with Vinny Vine Sauce, he is a video game streamer and a jabroni. Have you thought about collaborating with him?
I feel like I've heard that name before. I gotta look it up. But I'll try to look into it.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. How do you feel about Velma being an inventor? Personally, I'm not a fan. I prefer it when her intelligence is more grounded instead of her basically the Donatello clone.
Velma with a V or a TH?
V.
V,
Velma.
like from Scooby Doo.
I'm assuming being an inventor.
Yeah, I must be behind. I don't think I've gotten to those episodes.
Low expectations. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I told my friend who hates Guardians 2 and loves 3 your takes, and I think he's tracking your IP address right now. Just joking. He respects it.
Yeah, well, like whatever you like, hate whatever you hate, man.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Christopher Guest mockumentary do you like more? Best in Show or A Mighty Wind?
A Mighty Wind. If anything else, just for the music. The music is surprisingly really good.
Okay, the winner from the poll was Arkham Knight. So
All
you're playing
right,
the next
cool.
Arkham game, Doug. That's what you're
Oh,
doing
cool.
Friday. Second place on both. It was the same on all platforms. Oh no, it wasn't. Second place was Elden Ring, and then over on Twitch, third place was Until Dawn, and over on YouTube, third place was Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
So, yeah. Cool.
Okay. Good to know.
Great. Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. I just read that, sorry. Hyperdevil Fangirl Boner, thank you for the 50-month subscription. Welcome back, appreciate that. Random movie fact, for the movie Snakes on a Plane, at some point the title of the movie was going to be Pacific Air Flight 121, but was changed back at Samuel L. Jackson's insistence. He said Snakes on a Plane title was the main reason he agreed to be in the movie in the first place.
That was the right choice.
Guy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you think the live action Lilo and Stitch has potential? Seen only a teaser that shows a bit of Stitch animation. He looks cool.
Yeah, it depends on. It really depends on I mean, it depends on the writing too. But the sisters is going to be what makes it work or not. I mean, honestly, that's kind of what made the original Disney film work. If you didn't have the sisters, it'd be very generic. And the live action remakes haven't had the best reputation. So, yeah, I think that's where the heart and soul really has to be.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's up, Doug and Heather? I'm starting the year with a very important question for you two. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
It's not my thing, but I get why it's popular. I don't get quite the no, never kind of thing. Like, I get it.
No, but that's because I'm allergic to pineapples, not pizza, thank God. Brady, thank you for the $5 super chat. A video game you should check out is Terminator Resistance. It's the missing link to 1 and 2.
Okay, sounds kind of cool.
Drain Cleaner, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, I hadn't watched your videos in almost a year, but I recently checked out your latest reviews. I thought they were old ones from like 15 years ago because they were so funny and creative, but they're brand new. I'm so glad you're back to form. The jokes, the classic Nostalgia Critic voice, and the cynicism. I love it. Best Christmas present ever. I'll be tuning in regularly again.
Cool. Thanks. Love to have you on board.
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Thoughts on the Val Kilmer comedies Top Secret and Weird Science?
Was Val Kilmer in Weird Science? You might be thinking of oh, not Weird Science. What the hell's it called? Young Einstein? No, something like that. I can't remember. But Top Secret's a lot of fun. And I know what you're talking. It's like something Einstein. He's like, or Young Genius. That's it. That's also a fun movie.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. One of Adam Sandler's movies you should watch is Big Daddy.
Yeah, wait, did I see that one? That's one of the ones I remember I wanted to see it, and then I can't remember if I did or not. Watch the top 11 Adam Sandler movies. If it's on there, that means I saw it, and maybe it just didn't leave that big an impact. It's like I liked it when I saw it, but couldn't remember it much.
Super Droid, thank you for the 500 bits. Why were you so hard on Full House? I didn't think it was great either, but it didn't warrant much of a reaction. At most, it was pretty bland. I felt it was successful mainly because of the family aspect.
The actors are good. That's something I should have given a little bit. Well, most of them, the Olsen twins are, but yeah, the actors were actually pretty good. That's something I should have given credit for. It's not good. Maybe once every 10 episodes you get something that's pretty good, but it's not for me. Not for me.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Now that Jessica Jones is on Disney Plus, any chance you'll do a review for Disneycember?
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that and the Daredevils, and didn't Punisher get his own series too?
He did.
I think. Yeah, so at some point I gotta catch up on those.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Home Improvement is leaving Disney Plus for Netflix in February. Sigh.
Oh, well, Watch it on Netflix.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Return of the Jedi, what do you think of the scene where Luke talks to Darth Vader after turning himself in and makes his first attempt to redeem him? I like when Darth Vader said the name Anakin Skywalker means nothing to him anymore.
Yeah, if you took out the scenes with Luke and Vader and the Emperor, I think it would be a bad movie, honestly. Not that be awful, but it's like it wouldn't be good. That is the heart of the movie. Those scenes really, really work.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. I had some mail problems and I was wondering if the Christmas card I had sent arrived. Red envelope and it was actually a Krampus card.
From who? I'm sorry.
From Haunted Joker?
On a Joker. I gotta check again. We did get some Christmas cards. I have to double check, see if I got one there. We'll double check.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Snow Day 2000, one of my childhood favorites. Nick marketed it big time. Also, you kind of have the thumbnail for the 2022 remake NC ready to go now too. Haha.
We switched it up, so it's back to one where it's the first movie.
I think they were saying yes, so now you have the second one ready.
Oh,
Article,
yes.
thank you for the $5 super chat. To follow up, TMNT Turtle Tunes is a one-off live-action VHS along the lines of Turtle Christmas, which you reviewed. As I said, it's really bad.
I know what you're talking about. That's right. Maybe I'll get to it at some point. Okay, it did take me a second, but I know what you're talking about.
MV, thank you for the $2 super chat. Alex loves musicals, thank you for the 500 bits. Hello, happy 2025. Hope you and Heather had a wonderful holiday and new year. During your break, were you able to finish watching Agatha all along? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I got over halfway and then it started to lose me again. I stopped watching and I'm like, I should just buck up and watch the rest of it. I got to the boys' backstory. That's where it was starting to lose me. I'm kind of sick of teen boys shoehorned into shows. I don't know why this is suddenly a thing.
Because they're trying
Like,
to do the Young Avengers, that's why.
well, there you go. It's not awful. It's just not that interesting. I'm noticing that in a lot of shows, but I should finish it because there was enough going on that was keeping my interest.
Juliana, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on the new Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up? I hope it does well so Zaslav doesn't shelve Looney Tunes forever.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't think it's gonna do well. I'm excited to see that movie. Who else is excited to see that movie? So it's an odd choice. I guess I'm excited to see it, but I don't think it's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna bring in any money.
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you ever seen the Christmas horror film Better Watch Out? It's a lot of fun, and it's good to know Levi Miller can act.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's very very good. That's a great scary comedy Christmas film.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. No spoiler, I don't know if this is a hot take, but Arcane Season 2, Episode 6, last half has some shockingly bad writing, too many plot conveniences, too many times cheats, and let's just say when a certain character dies, it was almost too cheesy and manipulative, and I felt nothing. Reminded me too much of an ending to Armageddon. It feels like the first draft.
I half agree. I think if it had an extra season, all of that would have worked. It worked just enough for me, but I know if there was an extra season in there to really expand on this stuff, it would have really worked. It would have been really emotional. But I think it's because they got cheated out of an extra season, personally.
Guy, thank you for the $10 super chat. Do you still do Dark Toons, the Donald Duck war era cartoon in which he is a N-word that the YouTube won't let us say about Germans in the 1940s is pretty dark. I mean, he's that thing. Although I'm not sure how the YouTube handles that content. Well, the fact that I can't say it right now should tell you.
Yeah, no, I would love to talk about that cartoon, but yeah, YouTube, it wouldn't let me. No, that's the one that probably got requested the most. It's just like, I can't, I'm sorry. And I haven't done Dark Tunes in a while. The Steam just ran out, I'm sorry.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 500 bits. You should look up a YouTuber called Skywalker Stories. They create AI Star Wars videos, and some of them are pretty interesting to listen to.
No, like written AI or visual AI? I don't know. I don't know. I'll try to look it up.
The fifth Chris, thank you for the $5 super chat. Minor correction, The Bard's Tale starred Tony Jay in one of his final roles, not Tim Curry. It's available on PS5. Hope to see you play it sometime.
Okay, this has got to be something newer because yeah, maybe it started in '85, but they're doing new versions or something. So yeah, I'll try to check it out.
Chris Kringle, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you have a favorite underrated side character from The Simpsons? For me, it's either Lionel Hutz or Troy McClure, but you maybe remember him from such self-help films as Smoke Yourself Thin and Get Confident, stupid.
Yeah, those are pretty great. Fat Tony, I really like. He's a cool character.
Chris G, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's a review you've done that you thought was some of your best work, but didn't get the clicks that you'd hope for?
I really like the Across the Spider-Verse review, and I don't know if the algorithm didn't push it or just nobody had any interest, but nobody watched it. And I really like that review.
Aussie Manny, thank you for the 6 month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. 6 months. Woo! Doug and Heather question: what piece of media would you have loved was told from a different character's perspective? Example, I recall Doug wishing we followed Sasha more in Amphibia, and many people are over the Skywalkers. My vote, some more of Magneto's perspective in the 1990s X-Men show.
Boy, man, I feel like that's always something I bring up when I review something, and now I'm blanking. Like, I want to see it from this character's point of view, and I'm totally blanking now. No. I can't think. I'm so sorry. I just watch like any of my reviews randomly. You'll find me make that point. In Steel, the lady in the wheelchair. I thought she should have been the hero. She is more cool.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. What Disney December will you do this year?
I got it down to a couple choices for the theme. I don't want to ruin it yet, especially because I haven't decided yet, but I guess some leans.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And BoJack Horseman, what do you think of BoJack's grandfather, Joseph Sugarman? I find it interesting to see how he is mostly responsible for how BoJack's mother became how she is, and it's also interesting to see such a nice guy like Matthew Broderick play such a horrible person.
Yeah, I forgot he played that role, actually, and he actually did do a pretty good job with that. Yeah, no, I like almost all the characters on that show. He's very well handled.
Jamie, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you ever watched The Amazing Digital Circus? As of right now, the 4 out of 9 episode series has a total of 615 million views.
Wow.
Good for them.
No, I agree. I saw the first episode then, and also Murder Drones. I saw the first episode. They're fine. They just didn't grab me. Maybe I should watch more just to see. But yeah, they're totally fine. But yeah, it just didn't latch on to me.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. At this rate, you'll be adding movies that aired on Disney Channel to Disney December soon, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Beetlejuice, and Simple Wish. Haha.
Maybe. We'll see where it goes.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Favorite Wallace and Gromit short? Mine is The Wrong Trousers. I love the train scene. Also, any note what this year's theme month is?
I agree. Wrong Trousers. And I have some ideas. I don't want to say what it is yet because I don't know yet.
Alan, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate that.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Doug, any chance for a Karate Kid month 1 March?
We'll see. I feel like I've talked. Well, we'll see. That might be an idea.
Arthur, thank you for the $10 super chat. Mr. Critic, Nostalgia Critic, tell me, sir, is that your God-given name? You expect us to believe your last name is Critic? Critic?
Yeah.
Great.
Got a problem?
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Back when you were a kid in the 80s, was there a rock band everybody loved that you were never a fan of? A few of my friends were never too big on U2, but I actually quite like some of their songs.
A lot of people liked Alien Ant Farm, and I never got it. And that's not 80s, that's 90s. Might even be, yeah, I think it's still 90s. In the 80s, most of them I got into the same amount that everyone else did. But yeah, that was one I remember everybody loved. I'm just like, I'm not hearing it.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Scooby-Doo 2 actually gives a fair amount of foreshadowing to Jacoby being the culprit. Actually, I was a young teen when I first saw it, and I got it.
Yeah, I mean, that was my problem with it too. It was too obvious.
Joel B, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Robert Mitchum performance do you think is scarier, Cape Fear or Night of the Hunter?
Night of the Hunter, definitely. Oh, what a creepy. Oh, he was creepy in that.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. There is a compilation of your screams on YouTube. It's on all the videos.
I gotta find that. I'm sure I'll only get like 30 seconds into it, even I'll be like, oh god. But that sounds fun.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. No spoilers, but let's just say that according to post credits for Sonic 3, we're going to get Sonic Heroes or Sonic CD adaptations. If don't know those two games, look it up. P.S. There might be a Shadow spinoff with Rouge and possibly Omega.
Um, yeah,
Or
for
Rogue, rather.
someone, for someone who doesn't know the characters that well, I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it. And I like they're bringing in more and more characters.
I know a guy. Thank you for the 11-month membership over on YouTube. Welcome back. Appreciate that. What
Thank
do you
you.
think of Wolfman? I have a feeling it would be disappointing.
I want it to be good because I love that guy's movies. I loved his Invisible Man. I thought that was so brilliant. The trailers don't look like anything to me, but I hope that's just because it's a bad trailer. So we'll wait and see.
Guy, thank you for the $5 super chat. I saw Leonard Part 6 for the first time when my friend was in town. It has extreme craziness, but also it has boring scenes as well. Why no NC video?
I mean, the jokes do write themselves, don't they? I've never actually seen it, and I should, because it's one of the famous bad movies.
McCall, thank you for the $5 super chat. Ever think about getting the janitorial job back just to quit again?
One of my favorite memories after I started doing this for a living is that I actually had a convention across the street from where I quit that job. And I almost walked in. I didn't. I didn't know if I'd be chased out, but that was pretty cool.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the DuckTales movie, what do you think of the villain Murloc?
Oh, he's fun. I mean, a lot of it is Christopher Lloyd's voice, but he lives out that fantasy of what if you could have every wish you ever wanted kind of thing. You know, you always think, I'm gonna wish for a million wishes. Well, what if you could get that? So yeah, I liked him.
I know a guys, thank you for the 57-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Do you think you'll ever review Ruby Gillum Teenage Kraken? It is by far the most cliched movie in existence and not in a good way.
Yeah, I should do that. I can add that to the list. That's not a bad idea.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. You should check out the pro shot of one of my favorite dark musicals, Jekyll and Hyde, starring David Hasselhoff. Maybe for a Nostalgia Critic review?
I saw it once live. I liked it. I didn't love it. There's definitely some songs I really, really liked.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. If they had included Murloc in the DuckTales reboot, who would you like to have voiced him? It sounds strange, but for a different take, my top two choices are Martin Short and H. John Benjamin.
Boy, that would be different. I'd almost get Christopher Lloyd again, just tell him to do like a different kind of performance. But if not, I don't know. I see like a Keith David or something like that. But I know he already did the horse, I think, the gargoyle horse.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. There's a lot of callbacks to the original Superman movies in Smallville, including Terrence Stamp Zod playing Jor-El.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I gotta see it. I heard it's a really good show.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. For a time, I did have Doug's first movie NC in my Nick Movies playlist. Felt I had to remove it though because not really Nick after all, made by Disney as is.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But it's based on a character from Nick, so makes sense.
Juliana, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, when are you doing Hot Ones?
Next week. Again, I don't think I'm on their radar.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Are there any directors that you consider creative influences? If not, then who are your favorites?
I mean, just a lot of them are my favorite. Kubrick, Burton, Gilliam, Tamar, I really like. Jones, I really like. There's some good ones.
Tom, thank you for the $5 super chat. Any thoughts on reviewing The Toxic Avenger or anything from Troma?
Maybe. I feel like that's a little bit more Brad's territory. Well, he even knows the guy, Lloyd Kaufman. But I feel like that's more up his alley, but we'll see. Maybe one day.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact, the birds inspired signs. Maybe that's why.
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
Deshaun, thank you for the $20 super chat. Doug, for next Disney-cember, review some animated adult shows made post-Disney acquisition of Fox. Bless the Hearts, Duncanville, Central Park, Apple TV, Hit Monkey, Little Demon, Koala Man, Praise Petey, and Archer.
Maybe. Yeah, Archer was pretty sure that was pre-Disney, but no, there might be something there.
Moss, thank you for the $5 super chat. Howdy, Doug. Just watched The Trap Nostalgia Critic, and I thought it was really funny. Quick question. Did you get to seeing Twisters 2024, and what did you think?
No, not yet. A lot of people have said it's pretty fun, so I should give it a shot.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. The Music Man and Coco makes no sense. Music isn't the only thing that can lead you astray. And what about unbrainwashed folk marrying into the family?
I think that's where the fairy tale element kind of comes into play.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I really wish we could rent the movies at home for extra money. We need a new model. I get the need for theaters, but I wish people who didn't want to do a theater that we could watch it at home.
There's a lot of people that agree with you. I like going to theaters, but I get people that don't want to go out or can't go out, so I understand that too.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the first Shrek, what do you think of the scene where Donkey and Shrek start to bond and Shrek talks about how people judge him before they even know him?
Very standard. I don't know. I just didn't get into that movie like everyone else did. I appreciate more about it now, but yeah, it just never really grabbed me.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I like Signs, but I can understand why so many people don't. There's a lot of plot holes.
It's more than plot holes. The people don't talk right. I don't feel the emotion. God's plan makes no sense. Do you really have to kill the wife in order for him to leave his religion just to come back to his religion? That doesn't make sense. You can just put the bat above the TV. God, your mysterious way that would have saved you a wife, and this guy losing his faith in it. Sorry, I don't like the movie.
The Masked Nerd, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, what are y'all's thoughts on 2004's Dawn of the Dead, especially its dark ending? Yeah, that happens. Also, y'all sat over a hedgehog? Come on.
Wait, you talking about the original or the remake? Both are good, actually.
2004's Dawn of the Dead.
2004. Yeah, no, it's good. I liked it. It's one of those movies where you kind of go, do you really want to remake that? Get anything that new? And he did. I thought he did a good job.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 500 bits. I watched the new Nosferatu movie on Christmas Day and I enjoyed it. I recommend the film if you haven't seen it. What are your thoughts on the new, or sorry, not the new. What are your thoughts on the Nosferatu silent film?
You know, it's one of those, I like it. I respect it. Surprisingly, I don't get into it as much as I thought. I'm more a Cabinet of Dr. Caligari guy, but I know why it's important. I know why it's amazing and everything. But yeah, I'm shocked I don't get into it as much as most cinephiles do.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I hope someday there will be a sequel video to Pole Position video.
Maybe if there's another commercial, maybe.
Robert, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on the new Nosferatu movie? Any plans on doing a review?
Excuse me. I might try to check it out this weekend. I'm gonna try and meet up with a friend to see it. So ask me next week.
Nathan, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, huge fan. Still bummed we did not get a first viewing of Kung Pao. I imagine you guys were losing it. Would you ever do a Blade Runner 2049?
I mean, didn't even do the first Blade Runner. I should probably watch the movie first. I think I started and I got a little bored. I should sit down and watch the whole thing. And yeah, Kung Pao was just me on that one, writing it. So yeah, that's why there also wasn't a first viewing.
Liv, thank you for the 500 bits. Saw hundreds of beavers and people were not kidding when they say it's a live action Looney Tunes cartoon. Did you get a chance to see it? And if so, what'd you think?
No, and that's
It's
another
so good,
one.
Doug.
Oh, everyone says it's great. I hear Music Box is doing it like every Saturday or something like that. So I want to go to one of those screenings. I'll get to it at some point.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Should be wary about Smash Mouth jokes moving forward, by the way. Lead singer Steve Harwell passed away of liver failure in September 2023 at the age of 56.
No, I heard about that. That is very sad to hear. It doesn't mean I have to be into, the music, but I do agree that after something like that happens, you want to leave a little mourning time before you go, back to making jokes. But he seems like a guy who had a good sense of humor too.
Mase, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, gotta ask if you've seen these films: Longlegs, Honora, Strange Darling, Civil War, Curious George. Okay, sorry, that's all we'll do here. Curious George 2006.
I never thought I'd hear Long Legs and Curious George together. Some of them, yeah. I haven't seen Honora. I hear that's very good. Long Legs I saw. I liked. Civil War, obviously. I mean, we're talking. Oh, no. The
A24.
The Marvel. Yeah, the A24. No, I have not seen that one. And I haven't seen Curious George either.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, do you think Spider-Man could have taken Frieza in a fight? No. Frieza would kill Spider-Man. Low Expectations, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you ever see Mufasa? Compared to the 2019 movie, it's Citizen Kane, but it's still pretty mid, although it had a few good songs.
That's what I hear. Although actually, I heard the songs weren't that great, so I'm curious to see it. I'll do a Disney Sember on it at some point, or maybe an NC if I see it before then.
Liv, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm curious, as a coaster buff, what's your favorite roller coaster? For me, I love El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure.
Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. It's unbelievable. Just watch a video of it, and you'll be blown away by what you're seeing.
Barnsey, thank you for the 500 bits. A couple of members from the YouTube channel Cinepals, unsure if you know them, were raising money for the LA fires Monday night. I helped them raise $1,300 US.
Cool. No, it's a very good thing to do. Yeah, I mean, we know what's going on out there. So yeah, if you are out there, please be safe. Definitely.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Why didn't you like the fight in Kenobi? I thought the fight between Vader and Kenobi was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty nothing. I don't know. Maybe because we did have like Star Wars Rebels and stuff that did those fights so much better between him and Ahsoka. I thought there was more reason to do it between him and Ahsoka. There's more you can learn and find out. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't do much for me.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. In the DuckTales reboot, I like what they did with Gandra D. Not only is she better looking, she is capable and has depth. I didn't like the Gandra from the original series. She was a boring stereotype of a damsel that always needed rescuing.
Boy, I do not. Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that character until you brought her up in the original. Yeah, I agree. She wasn't like my favorite in the reboot or anything, but you're right. She's better than in the original. Though, to be fair, I think she was meant to be a little bimbo-y. Like that was kind of what was supposed to be funny about her.
Adriana, thank you for the $10 super chat. I have 2 South Park questions. 1, would you ever update your list of top 11 favorite episodes? And 2, Stan versus Kyle, who wins?
Boy, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a draw. They would shake hands and be like, dude, this is stupid. And I haven't kept up with South Park in a while. It's still good. I just haven't had a chance to watch them. So yeah, probably not with the list.
Matt, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are there any Donald Duck cartoons you'd prefer to not see? Because if I could not see Donald Duck, I'd love to not see Donald Duck.
Smart. Well, the one where he becomes a... Nope, can't say it.
Oh, Matt. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Really wish Disney Plus would add the Jersey and other shows that have been forgotten.
I don't even know that show. But I agree.
Randall, thank you for the $5 super chat. Or Randall. Sorry, I think it is just Randall. I don't know why I'm hesitating. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Many years later, are there any TMNT coming out of their shell tour songs that you have a guilty pleasure for?
It is weird that I still remember. I still remember Pizza Power. I still remember We're the Turtles, you can count on us. I do still remember these songs weirdly. Honestly, they're not awful for what they had to do, I guess.
Void, thank you for the 19 SAR through Super Chat. Would you ever consider making Nostalgia Critic reviews on shows like Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead?
Probably not. I think everything can be said about them has been said, but also there's so many episodes. I don't even know how I would, talk about them, honestly. You need to leave that for like super fans.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Can you do Iron Man Armored Adventures for Disney December? It has a young Tony Stark and has a lot of his rogues gallery, including, funny enough, Dr. Doom.
It is funny. I've never even heard of it. I'll try to check it out.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the Shrek movies, what do you think of Fiona's father, King Harold? Like you, I really don't like how his death scene in Shrek the Third was done.
I agree. I thought his character was handled fine. Maybe could use 1 or 2 more laughs, but I thought it was handled pretty well, and Cleese played him very well.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I like Jurassic Park 3 more than The Lost World. There, I said it.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, between the two, I probably watched 3 because at least it's shorter, and sometimes it has a few laughs.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the DuckTales reboot, what do you think of Gizmo Duck?
I liked him, but between the two, I might like the original a little bit more, but I thought they handled him pretty well.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Watch the pandemic special of South Park for the Disney references.
I remember that being pretty funny.
Headshot, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, Heather, you have a bag of rings from the Sonic movie, and you can travel anywhere in the world. What's your first destination?
It'll be ironic telling Heather this, but I've never been to Japan. I might go there.
Heck yeah, I would go to Japan too.
There you go.
Dave, thank you for the $5 super chat. Dude, can you do the Veggie Tales theatrical movies? I swear you do not have to get religious to talk about these movies.
I know atheists that love Veggie Tales. I've never seen them. I probably should, and I don't know where to start with them though. So that's part of the issue. So I'll try to look more into it.
The Westinator, thank you for the $10 super chat. May I make a suggestion for the next Disney-cember? You could add some of the Fox and other other stuff Disney didn't make, but have strongly folded into their identity, like Avatar, The Simpsons, and Indiana Jones.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be some point where I just run out of stuff. So maybe, maybe I'll lean more towards that.
Oh my gosh, I did it.
Woo,
We did it, Doug.
you did.
2
You
minutes.
did. Nicely
2
done.
minutes. I'm gonna go back and look at some of these lower, these super chats that were under $5. MV, thank you for the $2 super chat. What do you think about Spike Lee's movies?
Hit and miss, but when he gets the hits, they're pretty great. And sometimes even the misses are pretty great.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, do you think if Superman and Dragon Ball did a crossover, how would Goku and Superman interact? Oh, they'd love each other. They're both like such lawful goods. I think they'd love each other. They'd get together. They'd get along. There we go. Jesus, they'd get along really well. Kevin Lane, thank you for the $2 super chat. Have you seen the movie Deadpool and Wolverine?
Oh yeah, did a review and Disney December on it, so check those out.
Invader Zim, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you watch Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim? Sorry.
Rohim. And no, and I missed my chance to see it on IMAX. I've heard very mixed things. Like, I guess critics don't like it, but fans like it, which I thought would really be flipped on that. So I'm really curious to check it out.
Mase, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you ever plan to do an NC review for Mud, the Matthew McConaughey and Reese Witherspoon movie from 2010?
I don't even remember it. I'll try to check it out.
Maddie Muff, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, the guy you called mid-sized sedan in Trap is iconic rapper Kid Cudi, Kanye West former protege and the creator and star of the Netflix film Intergalactic. Listen to Man on the Moon if you can.
I didn't know that. That's very cool. I saw Intergalactic. I really liked it a great deal. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, I think Vegeta and Batman would also get along. I agree. They're both very edgy and broody. All right, cool, great. That brings us to 8 o'clock here. Chat.
Ooh, we did it.
We did it. Thank you so much for joining us here. We are so glad to be back. We're bringing some joy to your January, okay?
And thanks to you, we're going to be playing Batman Arkham Knight?
Yeah, Night.
Arkham Knight this Friday, too, so be sure to tune into that.
Yes, on both YouTube and Twitch, 6 p.m. Central Time. So come check us out there. On the Twitch side of things, Malcolm will be here tomorrow to stream. I don't know what he's doing. He's been switching off between Like a Dragon and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So he's probably doing that again. So come hang out with Malcolm tomorrow on the channel. On Twitch. And yeah, thank you all so much. Happy 2025. Have a great night. Twitch, we're gonna go raid Miss Tamara Chambers. I almost forgot to say that. But we're gonna go over there. Anyway, bye. Have a great night. Thank you.
Bye.
See ya!